Welcome to you all. Welcome to those of you who are joining me live, and welcome to those of you who are joining me on catch up. I'm absolutely delighted that you've chosen to spend a few minutes, maybe 20, 30 minutes out of your day to dedicate it to yourself, to gift this time to yourself, to allow yourself the space, to allow everything that's in your world just to calm down and for you to connect with yourself. So now, just while I tune in and get ready, why don't you make yourselves comfortable? And just take a few nice, easy breaths that feel right for you. And I should also just mention that my intention with this session is that you will experience at least one benefit from the session, maybe more, who knows? Oh, the other thing I should say is if there's anybody you would like to share this with, I'll just give you a moment to do that as well. Right, so as I say, just get comfortable. Take a few nice, easy breaths. And allow whatever's been preoccupying you during your day to day, just to float away for the duration of this session. Give yourself permission to be with yourself during this session. Really is the center of the chest and going down into the upper abdomen central. So we've got the heart field, solar plexus. So if it feels comfortable for you to do this, just imagine that you're breathing in and out of this central area. And if you notice any buzzy bits of your body, just observe them and allow any sensations just to float away down your body and out. Out through your feet. So my observation at this point in the session is really to do with your sense of time. I'm visualizing it. Sometimes I get images that come into my sessions, and I'm visualizing this in the form of a spiral, really, a bit like I suppose a bit like a whirlwind, where you've got this sense of spinning and speed. But this sense of spinning is, the speed is ebbing and flowing. What this is representing is the different experience that you have with time. You know how sometimes time can feel like it's whizzing by and other times like it's slow. That's what we're getting at here. But it's to do with a consciousness of resistance to change. We've had a period where we've all been, where our sense of time has probably changed. Some people actually have been frantic during this lockdown period, more so than normal. Other people have been the opposite. So it's different for for you than everybody else, but it's to do with your perception of the changes in how you feel time is going. And there's something about a resistance to this change. We're creatures of habit, and there's a sense of awareness of discomfort at being forced into a different gear. Even if that is something that you welcome, it's still, to me, it seems like there's an element of discomfort in there somewhere. So everything that comes up in a session comes up to be rebalanced. And so this is what's happening here. Now, everything that comes up is neutral. There's no sense of judgment or anything. And your system, your whole system, so your body, your emotions, your mind, your electromagnetic fields, your whole yourself, your whole system on every level will know what it wants to balance when things come up. Okay, so I'm just mentioning that so that there's nothing to do with anything that comes up unless I give you homework, but I haven't yet. And so it's just that thing of allowing these things to come up and be observed, and it's the act of observation that actually allows these things to rejig in your body so that you feel easier. And when I say body, I'm referring to all the different levels I've just mentioned, but yeah. So we have this idea of time and a resistance to the shift in your sense of time, of being pushed into a different speed, a different gear, that doesn't feel totally comfortable. So all of this is coming up to be balanced so that you feel easier, so that you feel calmer. Any stress or anxiety around this has the opportunity now to be rebalanced. That's why it's coming up. Okay, so again, my focus is around the solar plexus. This is all to do with your sense of self, your sense of personal power. And the solar plexus is also to do with receiving. So any or all of these elements and aspects could be in the mix to be rebalanced for you at the moment. There's also an awareness of left-right body balance. Now, there are many different ways that you can look at these things that come up. The obvious one would be masculine, feminine aspects of you coming up to be rebalanced. And there's very much a definite linking here to the opposite sides of the brain. So this is like a full body balance from a conscious brain and body perspective here. And a consciousness of balancing the masculine and feminine elements within you. We've got the Aum coming up to synchronize these balances on from a resonating vibrational perspective as well, which is actually allowing for clarity. And there's a specific focus on the ventricles in the brain. Now, the ventricles, we've got 4 sacs of fluid in the brain that, and they are where the excess positive charge gets dumped. So there's a sense of clarity to do with the function of the ventricles, which is coming up here, and to do with mental clarity, processing clarity. And this is to do with both, no, it's not, it's to do with the conscious mind. And if we take this left-right balance up into this awareness in the brain, what we've got here is a balance between your intuition, your intuitive side, and your learnt logical side. it seems to me it's a balance between your mind and your heart. It's the head and the heart, your thoughts and your gut feelings. That's what we're getting at here. And there's a focus on the cerebral spinal fluid that runs around the spinal column, the spinal cord. On the craniosacral pulse in the head. And consciousness of calm coming in around your heart field. This is to do with self-acceptance, consciousness of balanced, and consciousness of having a balanced state of mind and point of view that really resonates with you at a heart level. And there's a sense of a full body sense of calm. Consciousness of acceptance of this. This state of balance. And a consciousness of a willingness to allow this state of balance to accompany you beyond this session. This sense of peacefulness is rising up to include your throat chakra. So this is to do with balanced self-expression and communication. It's to do also with consciousness of kindness. And this is a two-way thing. It's consciousness of your kindness outwards to the world and your interactions. But it's also to do with consciousness of kindness and respect for yourself. And this seems to be being absorbed by every cell in your body. And there's awareness of the pause, of being, not doing, just being in the moment. And the focus being gently brought back to your breath. Into the comfortable, slower, gentle rise and fall of your breath. Having talked about homework earlier, I have some homework for you. It's something you can choose to do if you would like to. And it's this. At various moments throughout your day, you can choose to focus on your breath just for a moment or two, which will enable you to experience what you're experiencing now, that sense of pause and peace and being. And you can do this anytime, anywhere. They can be little gifts to yourself dotted throughout your days. And in this way, you will reconnect with your sense of self. And to feeling centered and balanced. And now we've got that feeling of being centered and balanced coming into the session, of grounding, and a sense of your breath filling up your whole body, just gently and easily. Filling it up with energy, clarity, the perfect pace of time for you, which can adjust as you need it to adjust. Back to your heart center. To a sense of peace that is gently expanding throughout your whole body. And again, coming back to this sense of feeling grounded and centered and connected to your essence. So I'm just going to ask you just to stay in that space for a moment or two. Enjoy it. And then when you're ready, take a deeper breath and start to wiggle your fingers and toes and come back into the room. So, there we go. There was my 10th online group session. I hope you enjoyed that, whether you're here with me live or whether you're here with me on catch up. If you feel drawn to leaving a comment, that would be wonderful. It helps other people find these sessions and gives them an idea as to what to expect, which is always a lovely thing if people are inclined to come and join. I will be continuing these weekly sessions, and if you want to book a one-to-one session with me, please just go to my website, amandaweller.com, and you can get in touch with me through there. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me. I hope you felt that was helpful. And I'll see you next time.